Hello friends, how are you guys? Hope you guys are well. I'm back among you once again with a new update. Avatar 3's new villains are already setting up an epic final battle, and it would be a franchise first. The final battles have already become a major hallmark of the Avatar movies, but the signature altercation in the third movie could break new ground. Avatar 3 introduces new villains, the Ash People, for a fresh finale twist in the franchise's third installment in 2025. The possible Na'vi vs. Na'vi conflict in Avatar 3 could provide a new angle, with the Ash People complicating matters even further. Introducing the Ash People adds complexity, hinting at endless bloodshed and altering the course of the Avatar franchise. Avatar 3 is set to introduce a new threat to Jake and his family, and the villain's debut could mean a fresh form of finale that has yet to happen within James Cameron's movie franchise. For the first two movies, two versions of Miles Quaritch have been the respective villains, but the formula looks like it's about to go through a radical change in the second Avatar sequel. So, while the final battle sequences of the current two Avatar movies have certainly been a visual spectacle, the third will be even more compelling due to its new prospective antagonists. There is currently a release date for every upcoming Avatar movie. After the third film, titled Avatar: The Seed Bearer, there are still two more in production and confirmed to be on the way. James Cameron's world-building for the Avatar universe is nothing short of impressive, and the filmmaker undoubtedly has much more lore to add to the already established canon. Among the Avatar 3 cast will be a new set of bad guys, and they're said to be very different from the villains in the previous two films. Avatar 3's final battle could be the first true Na'vi vs. Na'vi fight. The epic conclusions of Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water both featured human forces going toe-to-toe with Na'vi combatants. In the third Avatar movie, there will be a new variant of Na'vi introduced, and they will not be as agreeable as the Omatikar and Metkena clans who have already been shown. Speaking with 20 Minutes, director James Cameron teased that there are other cultures on Pandora that have to be revealed. One of these new subspecies of Na'vi is referred to by Cameron as the Ash People, and it sounds like they'll be at odds with more familiar Na'vi characters. In the same interview, Cameron claimed he wanted to reveal the Na'vis from another angle, and goes on to point out that, so far, he has only shown their more positive attributes. The comments from the franchise's creator certainly hint at the possibility that the Ash People will be key antagonists in the 2025 Avatar sequel. As such, they could be Jake Sully's main opponents going into the movie's final confrontation. If the Ash People do become the enemy in Avatar 3, it'll be the first time the Na'vi have fought among themselves. It could be argued that a Na'vi vs. Na'vi altercation has already taken place. The ending of Avatar: The Way of Water has Jake Sully in a heated battle with the reborn Colonel Miles Quaritch. However, although both characters have become Na'vi by the time of the second movie, their respective journeys both began with them being human. The ending of Avatar shows how Jake became a Na'vi, and Quaritch's memories were artificially backed up and installed into a Na'vi recombinant near the start of the first sequel. If the Ash People do become the enemy in Avatar 3, it'll be the first time the Na'vi have fought among themselves. Both Jake and Quaritch come from military backgrounds, so their fighting style is fairly recognizable to the movie's human audience. The Na'vi have lived their entire lives on Pandora and have only fairly recently been exposed to the culture of their invaders. So, seeing the Ash People fight other members of their own race will be an interesting event to witness, even if just for its originality. Why the introduction of the Ash People is so big for Avatar 3. The humans are no longer the only threat to the main characters in Avatar so far. The Avatar movies have suggested that the main goal for Pandora's natives is to rid themselves of the human invaders. The implication is that once the RDA is gone from the surface of their moon, then the Na'vi can return to their peaceful ways of living in harmony on the land. However, the introduction of another party that also calls Pandora home, such as the Ash People, complicates that goal. So, James Cameron has possibly added another threat to the way of life for Jake's family that won't be easy to overcome. Now that Cameron is introducing new Na'vi clans whose views don't necessarily align with their own, ousting the human threat doesn't guarantee an end to the bloodshed. Instead, the presence of other native Pandorans who owe the other inhabitants ill will suggest that the fighting will be even longer than originally anticipated. It could even be endless. So, the Ash People may not just be a gimmick to make use of in Avatar 3, they could alter the course of the entire franchise. Avatar 3 is scheduled for cinematic release in December 2025. The following two movies will also be released in the December months of 2029 and 2031. Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water are available to stream now on Disney+. Avatar 3 is the third entry in James Cameron's 5-movie franchise set in the fictional world of Pandora. Following Jake Sully and Neytiri's first encounter in 2009's Avatar and Colonel Miles Quaritch's retaliation in 2022's The Way of Water, Avatar 3 sees the Na'vi heroes come across a fire Na'vi tribe known as the Ash People. If you are new to our channel, then like and subscribe.